Good morning, students. Today we will continue with the same unit which we have learned in the last class. And do you remember the name of the unit? Yes, it is Peace and Harmony. We have completed the story part, and today we will look into the grammatical part, means like vocabulary and grammar. Before that, do you remember the story? Yes, it is. Once there lived many animals, birds, snakes, and insects in a thick forest. They wandered together around the forest without any fear. They lived in peace and harmony. They often held a musical evening in a large open field and invited the moon and his friends and the stars as the guests of honor. They used to show their special abilities at their cultural evenings. One day, a cunning jackal entered the forest and disturbed the peaceful atmosphere. He wanted to make all the animals as his prey, one by creating enmity among them. He changed their minds with his saying and poisoned them. He was successful, and the animals moved about individually or with their own group. There was the opportunity the cunning jackal was waiting for. He started killing the animals one by one and ate them up. There were no more cultural evenings. Seeing this, the moon came to the forest in the disgust of a sadhu. All the creatures met him. They blamed one another in his presence. The sadhu understood the situation and tried to set peace and harmony by talking to them. Gradually, the normal conditions were being set, but the jackal was very angry with the sadhu and was looking for an opportunity to attack him. One day, while the jackal tried to kill the hens, the sadhu offered himself as a prey to the jackal and requested the jackal to leave them. Then the jackal dragged him into the forest, tore him into pieces, and ate him up. After eating the sadhu, the jackal's stomach bloated until it burst. Even in his last seconds, the sadhu advised and wished that the animals, birds, and insects should live in peace and harmony. The creatures once again started to roam, sing, and sleep in peace. The moon and the stars witnessed their cultural evenings in a happy mood. So, do you remember this was the story? And we will move forward to our grammatical part. First, you have glossary. What are they? We will see. Gymnastics. It is in your textbook in the back of the lesson. So please follow along with me. Gymnastics, physical exercises. These are the meanings. So, what is the meaning of gymnastics? Physical exercises. Property, objects or things owned by somebody. Woe, extreme sadness. Harmony, meaning of harmony is a state of living together peacefully, a state of living together peacefully. Harmony means a state of living together peacefully. Unanimously means unitedly. Blot, become bigger and bigger or swell unpleasantly. So we will see Roman number 2. What it is, read the following paragraph and analyze it in terms of cause and effect consequence. One has been done for you. So here they have given the paragraph, we have to read it and we have to analyze the cause and effect, means the reason and the result. The animals in the forest were friendly, so the jackal could not eat any animal. The jackal then thought of a plan and implemented it. The animals started suspecting each other as the jackal's plan worked. The life in the forest became dull because there were no musical evenings. All the animals requested the sadhu for help. So he talked to the animals and the birds and solved their problem. However, the sadhu didn't want to kill the jackal but preferred to teach a lesson to it. So, in this paragraph, what we see, the jackal was attacking the animals, and the sadhu helped the animals. And he doesn't, he means sadhu don't want to kill the jackal, but he want to teach the lesson. So this is the paragraph. In this we have to find the cause and the consequence. Here in the below box they have given us as one example. So we will write the remaining one. So you write in your textbook in the given, means in the place where they have provided, you have to write the sentences now which I am telling you. Write it in the box. What is the cause? First one, all the animals in the forest were friendly. That is the cause. And the consequence is the jackal could not eat any animal. As they are, means all the animals were friendly, the jackal was unable to eat. And later what it did, it has divided all the animals. Then it was easy for the jackal to attack the animals. So these are the cause and consequences. So first one, what you will be writing, all the animals in the forest were friendly. That is the cause. And the consequence is the jackal couldn't eat any animal. The second one, the jackal's plan worked. And the consequence is the animals started suspecting each other. Causes, the jackal's plan worked. Consequences, the animals started suspecting each other. Now we will see the third one. All the animals requested Sadhu for help. That is the cause. And what is the consequence? He talked to the animals and the birds. That is the consequence. So first one is all the animals in the forest were friendly. The jackal couldn't eat any animal. The second one is the jackal planned. The jackal plan worked. And the consequences, the animals started suspecting each other. And now the third one is all the animals requested Sadhu for help. And the consequences, he talked to the animals and the birds. And you write it here, he talked to the animals and the birds and solved the problem. So that is the consequence. Is it clear? Okay, we will move to the third section. Rearrange the following sentences in order of their occurrence in the story. Here we can see some sentences, but they are jumbled, means they are not in an order. Means to frame a paragraph, they are not in an order. So now we have to frame them in an order. So first we will see the sentences. The animals and the birds requested the moon to help them. The moon came in the form of a sadhu. The jackal created an unfriendly atmosphere. The peace and harmony in the forest was disturbed. The jackal entered the forest. The peace and harmony in the forest was restored. The jackal did not like this, so it killed the sadhu. The sadhu talked to everyone in the forest and tried to restore peace. They often held musical evenings. The animals and the birds began suspecting each other. The animals and the birds were living happily together. The stomach of the jackal bloated and then burst. So we see, while reading only we can understand that these sentences are not in proper order. So now we have to make it in an order. So you see which one will be the first? Yes, the animals and the birds were living happily together. The 11th one comes first. So you write 1 in the bracket, means means beside the sentence of 11 you write 1, and the second one will be the ninth one, which they often held musical evenings. It will be the second one. And the third will be the jackal entered the forest. Which one? Fifth sentence will be the third. And the third sentence, the jackal created an unfriendly atmosphere. It will be the fourth one. And the tenth, the animals and the birds began suspecting each other. That will be the fifth one. Means you have to write number 5 in the bracket. I have written here, if you can see, you will understand. Means I have written 5 in a bracket opposite to the sentence of 10. So you have to write the same way. And what will be the sixth? The peace and harmony in the forest was disturbed. Fourth one. The peace and harmony in the forest was disturbed. It is 6. Number 2. The moon came in the form of a sadhu. That will be the 7th. And number 1. The animals and the birds requested the moon to help them. That is 8. And the 8th one, the sadhu talked to everyone in the forest and tried to restore peace. That will be the ninth. And the 7th, the jackal did not like this, so it killed the sadhu. That will be the 10th. See the 12th one, the stomach of the jackal bloated and then bursted. That is the 11th one. See the 6th, the peace and harmony in the forest was restored. That is 12. Now, after writing the numbers opposite to the sentences, you write them all the sentences in an order. You can see in this way. Here is the first sentence. They have done first sentence for us. What it is? The animals and the birds were living happily together. That was the first one. And we have to write all the sentences in a proper order. So I have written that for you. You just see, and if you have space in your textbook, you write it, or else you write in your notes also. It is not a problem. See the order. The animals and the birds were living happily together. Second is, they often held musical evenings. Third, the jackal entered the forest. Fourth, the jackal created an unfriendly atmosphere. Fifth is, the animals and the birds began suspecting each other. Sixth one, the The peace and harmony in the forest was disturbed. Seventh is, the moon came in the form of a sadhu. Eighth, the animals and the birds requested the moon to help them. Ninth, the sadhu talked to everyone in the forest and tried to restore peace. Tenth is, the jackal did not like this, so it killed the sadhu. 11th, the stomach of the jackal bloated and then burst. The peace and harmony in the forest was restored. Now, children, these sentences are in an order, whereas before one are jumbled. So, By arranging them in order, we can form a meaningful paragraph or a story. So you write them neatly without any mistakes in your book. Now we will move to vocabulary. Read the following sentences from the story. They heard a soft voice. He was dirty and dangerous. It was easy for the jackal to hunt the smaller animals and birds. The jackal told the elephant, "You are the biggest animal in the forest." He said to the peacock, "You are the loveliest bird in the forest." The underlined words are called adjectives. Here we see in each sentence a word is underlined. In the first sentence, we see soft, and the second is dirty and dangerous, easy, smaller, biggest, loveliest. So, these underlined words are called adjectives. Normally, do you know what is an adjective? Which adds something to the meaning of a noun is called adjective. So, it is bird is a noun. For that, we are adding something means we are explaining its beauty. It is the loveliest bird. Yeah, and we are not just saying it is a bird. It is, we are saying that you are the loveliest bird. So the loveliest comes as adjective. So we will see here, they come either before or after a noun. Who adjectives. Then here we are saying that the underlined words are called adjectives. They come either before or after a noun. A tall boy. They take intensifiers like very, quite. We say generally a very tall boy. So it is the very is the intensifier. They have degrees of comparison: positive, comparative, and superlative. Here are the three forms of some adjectives. So adjectives are three different forms. They are positive, comparative, and superlative. So they have given us some degrees of comparison here. So we will look at them. First one is positive, second is comparative, third is superlative. You see in the box, you can understand. Dark is the positive, comparative is darker, and superlative is darkest. Here there are some more words we will see. Dark, darker, darkest. Small, smaller, smallest. Near, nearer, nearest. Big, bigger, biggest. Lovely, lovelier, loveliest. Dirty, dirtier, dirtiest. Melodious, more melodious, most melodious. Here are the words they have given us to understand the degrees of comparison. Now we will see, read the following paragraph carefully, underline all adjectives and write the other degrees of comparison for them. In this paragraph, there are adjectives. So we have to first identify them and we have to underline them in the paragraph. After underlining, we have to write the comparative degrees of those words. Okay, first we will underline. Yesterday we went for a picnic to Nehru Zoological Park, which is one of the biggest zoos in the country. Here the adjective is biggest. So underline biggest. The climate was cool and pleasant. It is explaining the climate. How it was, it is cool and pleasant. In this, you have to underline cool, pleasant. These two are adjectives. We saw many animals, birds, reptiles, etc. In this sentence, you have to underline many. We also saw a very large elephant. In this, what you will be underlining? Large. After that, we saw a tall giraffe. You have to underline tall with a long neck. Here you will be underlining long. There were also some small birds which sang sweet songs. In this sentence, you will be underlining small, sweet. There was a beautiful peacock which danced majestically. So you will be underlining beautiful. We went very close to the brown cobra. So close, you have to underline close. We felt very happy. Happy, you have to underline. We reached home late in the evening. Underline late. By using these words, which one? Biggest, cool, pleasant, many, large, tall, long, small, sweet, beautiful, close, happy, late. By using these words, we have to write the different types of degrees. Here I have written for you. You write down in your textbook or in your notes what they are: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree of the words which we have underlined in the paragraph. So we will look at them. Big, bigger, biggest. Cool, cooler, coolest. Pleasant, more pleasant, most pleasant. Many, more, most. Large, larger, largest. Tall, taller, tallest. Long, longer, longest. Small, smaller, smallest. Sweet, sweeter, sweetest. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Close, closer, closest. Happy, happier, happiest. Late, later, latest. So you have to write these words in your book. If we see the second part, read the following words. Each pair has one word and the other word is its opposite in meaning. So in the box, there are opposites of each word. So if we read, we will understand what they are. Big. Big means opposite of big is small. Near, opposite of near is far. Big, small. Near, far. Dark, light. Happy, unhappy. Large, small. Live, die. Long, short. Open, close. Start, stop. Thick, thin. Appear, disappear. Common, uncommon. Now if I think you understood the opposites. Now we will see here. Now fill in the blanks in the sentences given below with the word opposite in the meaning to the one in bold letters. So in these sentences, they have given the words with bold, means they are in bold form. For those words, we have to write the opposites. The elephant's eyes are small, but its body is. There is a blank for you in your textbook. So we have to write in that blank opposite form of small. Small means big. So write big in the blank. Second one, the animals were happy in the beginning. After the jackal entered the forest, they became sad. You have to write sad in the blank. The opposite of happy is sad. The giraffe's neck is very long, but its tail is short. Opposite of long is short. So third one is short. Write short in the blank. Mangoes are sweet, but lemons are sour. Opposite of sweet is sour. So you write sour in the blank. Fifth one, the coconut is a tall tree, but the guava is a short tree. So opposite of tall is short. The fifth one is short. Third one. Third exercise. The following pairs of words are similar in meaning. Pick out such pairs from the story you have just read. So here they have given some words there. So we have to pick similar words. Like for the following pairs of words are similar in meaning, means they are similar in the meaning. So we have to pick such words from the lesson and we have to write in the space provided for us. For example, here they are what animals, and animals means creatures. Another meaning of animals is creatures. Build, construct. Build means construct. Large, big or huge. Small, meaning of small is tiny. Talk means speak. So we can find such words in the lesson. So I have written for you. You enter in your book and you learn the meanings of them. What they are called. Called means invite. Normally if we call means we will say we have called our friend to our home. Called means invite. We have invited our friend. So called means invite. Happily means cheerfully. Cunning means cheating. Opportunity, chance, often, frequently, tiny, little, admire, praise, loveliest, beautiful, fear means terror. So, students, you write all these without any spelling mistakes in your textbook, and if you don't have space, you write in the notes, but write without any spelling mistakes. So, we will continue the remaining grammatical part in the next session. Thank you. Have a good day.